Hello. Ish. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are waiting just a few minutes for others to join so we can commence. Hello, good to see you. Welcome to the live. I just want to share the live so people can join us. Oh, not my phone. Oh dear. Sorry. I just want to share the live so that people can join us. Mr. White, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Just give me a minute. I am going through this to Hi, Kai McKilway. Kai McKilway. Good to see you. Salome, good to see you. Welcome to the live session. Wow, good to see you all. Thank you for joining. Precious gifts. Hi, P11. Thank you. Mr. White, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you for joining me. Anonymous agents, I appreciate that. Thanks for your kind word. I don't know what's going on here. Yes, I think it's good. Thank you. Hey, V, Temilade, hey. Now you're coming. Coming. Just a minute. I don't know what's going on. Thank you. Hi, V. How are you today?
I'm good, and you?
I am good. It's nice seeing you.
Same here.
What's your what do you see as the topic when you saw the invitation?
I didn't go through it. I didn't see it.
Can you
What's the topic?
can you check for me? It's about mindset, positive mindset, or something. Michael Buck. Hi. It's not only lawyers that read books, eh? I'm a nutritionist. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. James, good to see you. Can you hit the like button? It will help us to grow. Thank you, everyone. Today I got 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you.
Oh, that's congratulations.
Thank you, Temilade. Thank you. What was the topic you saw when you joined, Temilade?
Okay, it was just the flyer, the nutritional
Okay.
management flyer
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we are talking about positive mindsets. Mindsets. What comes to your mind when we say mindset? Positive mindsets. Yes,
Is it
James.
mindset or positive mindset?
Positive mindset. It's not diet.
Okay.
It's nutrition is not about diet. It's about anyway. What I do is a personalized nutrition. So in this nutrition, we look at your physiology, biological, physiological makeup, everything about you, of course through medical tests, and then we will use the information to determine the right kind of food for you. It is not necessarily about diet. In fact, on the contrary, we encourage diversity. We encourage you to eat as many different and diverse diets as possible. Yes, more like therapy, more like therapeutic feeding, therapeutic support through nutrition. That is what we do. Thank you for putting that word there. Thank you, James. Thank you. Okay, so we are looking at positive mindset tonight. Like always, we would do general and then we bring it down to as it concerns neurodivergent people. Oh, James, I am an advocate of gluten-free diet, if you may say that. That's because over the years, people have somehow developed resistance to that substance called gluten. You know that it is glutenin and gliadin, which creates a kind of no. I know I suppose you're not neurodivergent, but I'm saying that over the years, due to genetic modification, the gluten has somehow become more resistant to the digestive enzymes. So a lot of people are developing sensitivity that otherwise was not there. So due to this sensitivity, a lot of people are beginning to feel uncomfortable when they consume gluten. This discomfort could come in form of brain fog. It could come in form of sleeplessness. It could come in form of outright gluten sensitivity. There is sensitivity we call non-celiac gluten sensitivity. a lot of people now have non-celiac gluten sensitivity, which means they are not necessarily celiac, but they are sensitive to gluten. And aside the sensitive part, we see a lot of gluten on its own is pro-inflammatory. It encourages inflammation, and we know that at the base of many diseases is inflammation. And then aside that, in children now, people who simply lack a certain enzymes, which we know as DP4 enzyme, these people could feel what we call opioid effect when gluten is not properly broken down in their system. So the major reason why a lot of people want to keep away from it is actually the inflammatory impact. So the inflammation could cause a lot of emotional, psychological imbalance in people when they consume a lot of it. And then it also hinders nutrient absorption. For people who are pregnant women, and vulnerable people generally, we ask them to reduce their intake because it might hinder the absorption of other nutrients. Hello, mommy. Oriofe, journey with cerebral palsy. Thank you for joining us. So, okay. Yes, please. I would like to see your feedback. If you can do that for me, I will appreciate it, James. Your feedback will be very good because it helps to, substantiate, because a lot of research have come up to dispute this, making it seem like those that experience it are simply delusional. They are not, because these are real challenges that people are having when they consume gluten. And to surprise you more, some people do not react to gluten in maybe Europe, but when they go to US, they react to gluten, telling you that there is definitely something going on in terms of genetic modification and sort. I do not work as a doctor, like I mentioned earlier. I'm a nutritionist. I'm a public health nutritionist, but I'm also a food technologist. So if that helps the question. Thank you so much, James. It's been a good discourse with you. Journey with cerebral palsy. Please accept the invitation and come in, please. So back to today's topic. Sorry, everyone. I have someone on YouTube that is exactly that's asking some questions. Yes, the bloating, which is what we said about inflammation. Yes. Oh, thank you. So you see what I'm saying? This is your feedback already in just 1 week. You can imagine what it can do to people. This is just 1 week and you have all of these positive feedbacks. Thank you so much for being this honest, because it is a very popular and a readily available food. A lot of people are either reluctant to do it or just afraid to admit that it is actually an issue for them. I am not saying everybody should just go and run away from gluten, but I'm saying it's high time you reassess what it does to you. People should be able to reassess what it does to them and find the way forward, how they can subsequently work around it, whether they can continue or otherwise. Okay, I'm having challenge with my phone right now. Okay, I think we are good. So, ladies and gentlemen, I had to plug my phone and then it started. V and Temilade.
Hello.
Okay, so what we are saying is that today we are exploring how to stay hopeful, resilient, and empowered. First of all, as an individual, and then we are going to narrow it down to parents. And then we will also narrow it down again to parents to neurodivergent children. So this isn't about toxic positivity. When we talk about toxic positivity, is like when people are trying to pretend that a challenge is not happening. No, that could be like quite detrimental, because like what we were saying the other day about when I don't know what's happening. This always stays. I don't know why it's not cooperating this night. So the other day we were talking about how parents could be in a situation whereby there is lots of denial about what is going on with their children. But tonight we are talking about, and then we are not also talking about pretending that a problem does not exist. That is not the kind of positive mindset we are addressing tonight. We are talking about building a mindset that would help us to cope. You know, if you are a spiritual person, we can call it faith. Faith is that you believe that something you don't have today will be available to you in the nearest future. Then this is also a mindset that will help you to cope, adapt, and thrive. So adapting, coping, and thriving does not translate to pretense in this, in this context. So at the end of the day, we are looking at having the resilience, the mindset of resilience, the mindset of can do, the mindset of positivity, not necessarily making yourself believe that this is not happening, and so it doesn't concern me. But then when the chips are down, you are actually swimming in that same challenge. So tonight we are saying what is what is the positive mindset? What comes to your mind when you hear positive mindset? What does it do to you? How do you translate it into your situation? Temilade, you have something to say? Temilade, hey Vicky.
Please, what did you say? I didn't get that.
I am saying, what comes to your mind when you hear positive mindset?
Oh, okay. Okay, so what comes to my mind when I hear positive mindset is just, should I say, having a positive disposition towards any situation. It could be towards situations of life, that is in areas where maybe people see difficulties, in areas where people see impossibilities. A person with a positive mindset would be optimistic rather than being pessimistic and thinking that situations cannot get better. So
Yes.
that's what I see as a positive mindset. That is having a mind that things can be better, things can get better, rather than just being like damping with the old situation of
Yes.
whatever is happening around. Yes,
Yeah. So we are
having a
looking.
mindset of hope rather
Yes.
than defeat.
Yeah. There was a speech I listened to the other day, and he was a pastor, and he was saying that he has monitored lots of people passing and those recovering. That's usually those that pass are mostly people who have agreed to pass. I mean those that get unalived, maybe out of illnesses and or stuff, that it is where you hear them saying, please ask my son to take care of this one. It means they have just accepted it and they are just ready to go. But those that say, look, I will live and I will testify to the goodness of God in the land of living, very positive minded people are the ones who most times conquer terminal illnesses. So, well, back to the question. This was just like buttressing what you have said. Vicky, what comes to your mind when you hear positive mindsets? What does it do to you? What kind of emotion does it invoke in you?
Okay, emotion it evokes in me like positive emotions, like makes me feel good. Like positive mindset is having, like you already said, is when you have the when you look on at the bright side of things. Not it's you don't have to ignore or pretend you don't have a challenge,
Yes,
but you have the courage to admit that yes, there is a challenge here. You try to find a way out. You tell yourself, oh, although maybe it didn't work this time, but
yes,
I'll try and find another way that will make it work. Not that you will just pretend as if everything is working and while it's not
yeah,
working. That's being delusional. That's a different thing, you know.
yes,
But being positive actually, like you rightly mentioned, it's very important in life because your mindset actually it's more important than a lot of things, like even the kind of people you attract around you, the way your life turns out. Some
yes,
people will tell you that you can't grow beyond the state of your mind. You can't, if you're a negative person or you always, oh, this one, that one, you keep attracting negative things to yourself. And
yes,
you just keep finding, if you can't do, oh, I can't do this, you keep finding now that you will never be able to do it. Then, like the saying goes, if you say you can, yes you can, but if you say you can't, you're right. Anyone you say, it's right.
becomes
It's
your
all about you.
reality.
Yeah, it becomes your reality. It's actually all about you. Like, the mind is more powerful than a lot of people actually know. Your
Yes,
mind can actually, like, your mind controls your reality basically. Like, it controls everything around you. It controls a lot of things, your
yes,
disposition. Like, two people might go through the same thing and have this different results and have different disposition because of their disposition, their attitude, the mindset. Some
exactly.
people will go through something, and they will just, maybe two people might get beaten by the rain, and one will go like, okay, it's been a long time. I've been
Yeah,
beaten by the rain.
I'm actually enjoying the rain.
I'm actually enjoying the rain. The other person will go like, poor me. Why is this rain beating me? Why is the rain beating me? Oh, it's so cold. See, I'm drenched. This, that, that. It's the same situation, the same condition, but different. At the end of the
Attitudes.
whole day, the other person will be sad and depressed, while the other one is very happy. The same thing happens to both of them, but one decided to see the bright side of look at the bright side, look at things. Like
Yes,
people will say, you. It's not about what happens to you; it's about the way you react to the things that happen to you.
yes,
So basically, being positive, it's very, very important. Is having a positive mindset is very important. It's something that cannot be overemphasized.
exactly. I get you. I get you because, like you said, it makes the difference between survival and defeat. You almost like said, how you lay your bed, you lie on it. If you
Very
create
true.
a
Very true.
positive mindset for yourself, your environment flourishes. You begin
Very
to,
true.
yeah, it doesn't mean you are making light of serious situation. No,
Mm-hmm.
you are only creating a positive aura around a situation that could have been something different.
Exactly.
The rain was really a good analogy because I've had that encounter one day. I was walking in the park and it started drizzling. I looked at Larissa, thank you, super slots and sleeps. I am good, thank you. So I looked at the weather before I left too, but I was kind of okay. I wasn't going to let it stop me from taking a walk. And when I was out, it started drizzling. Not like heavy drizzling, but and then someone was, oh my goodness, this rain, why didn't it just. And then I was like, oh my god, dancing in the rain is a long time ago. I've danced in the rain,
The
and it's
rain,
such
yeah.
a beautiful feeling. Like, I felt so good that day. The rain beating you on your face. I was trying to capture some drops of water straight from the sky. Do you know what that means? You're drinking straight from the sky. So, just like that, in life, the same situation, people's reaction can mean two different things. Two different things. Your attitude, your reaction, your action, your everything would be so different that it now boils down to, okay, your perception. What has this thing done to me? What can I make of it? Some people actually would see their maybe an unpleasant situation as an opportunity to grow. Some people will see it as a punishment. Some people will see it as a part of life. A lot of people will see the same situations as different things. So
Very
this
true.
positive mindset we are looking at is that mindset that it is a perspective that focuses on possibilities. And if at all, by anything I know, possibilities are endless. Just like the depth of creation is, so also are possibilities. You can get virtually anything from anything. So it focuses on possibilities, it focuses on strength. It doesn't focus on your weaknesses, it does focus on strength. And then it will focus on growth rather than only on the problems.
Very true.
So you don't focus on the problem but on the growth. Like I said before, some people could use a problem as a stepping stone. They could just jump on it and shoot high. Some people, you use it as a pit to fall inside and swallow, like just feel
Exactly.
sorry.
Wallow in self pity.
Yes, exactly. So
I
so yeah, tell me.
sorry to cut in. That reminds me of what somebody used to say. I think it's like your problem could be your crutches, or it could
Uh-huh.
be your ladder. It could
Oh,
be you could either use it as an excuse to fail, or you use it as a motivation to
to
move ahead.
climb. Yes, that's just what it is. And then there is usually some common misconceptions. The misconception which I see a lot in parents with special needs children is that it is not about ignoring the challenges. A lot of people, when they are faced with challenges, they think that when they accept it, it becomes a part of them. Like, it becomes a weakness. It becomes a weakness. But positive mindset is telling you that, Chim Kanson, welcome. You were here yesterday. Thank you for coming again today. So it is not about ignoring the challenges. When you are being positive about things, a lot of people will think that you are embracing it. Acceptance is not defeat. So when someone is being positive about a problem, a lot of people react to it in different ways. Positivity could mean the ability to talk about it. They say problems shared is problems half solved.
Very true.
But some people will feel that, yeah, look at how he's even talking about it as if he's even bragging about it. It is not true. That you talk about your problem, it's not like you are bragging about it. It's just that you are trying to be positive about it. You have accepted it. And believe me, I keep saying this. The only time you start looking for a challenge, for a solution, is when you have accepted it. And if you do not look for a solution, you will remain where you are with your problem. So our
True.
people tend to feel that just because they don't want to accept it, somehow it will go away. No. Even in faith, even in spirituality, is it not when you have accepted that you have it, you now speak to it? But
Yeah.
as you continue to ignore it, you won't be able to address it. Address it either by speaking to it or working towards, solving it. So the misconception is that it is not about ignoring your challenges, and then it is not about being happy all the time. So the fact that you are happy all the time does not mean you are no longer oblivious, that you are oblivious of your challenges. You are only creating a positive mindset. Temilade, I think you wanted to say something.
Yes, because this topic it's even in relation to what we learned in church today.
Oh, okay.
So only about the eyes as an instrument of victory. That was the topic.
Yes.
But under the explanation, the preacher was talking about how the eyes is like our eye is like a camera to the body.
Yeah, to the
That is,
soul.
the eye captures, yes, the eye captures pictures or occurrences, happenings in front of the eye and transmits to the brain. And how our perception can be formed by different things. Our perception in this sense now, just like the mindset you are talking about,
Yes.
how our perception can be formed by our experiences or by the knowledge that we have. How our perception can also be formed by our expectations, that is what we want to see.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
like V said earlier, two people can actually be seeing the same thing or be passing through the same thing, but how they react to it differs. One person might react to it with a positive mindset, positive outlook towards life, while the other person might see it as the end of the world, as something
Yes.
that would weigh him or her down. And the last point that was also given was how our perception is shaped by our focus or attention. That
Yes.
is what we choose to devote our, should I say, attention to, or what we just choose to see. Person was just trying to say that we have a role to play in how our mindset turns out, and how do we actually get a positive mindset. It doesn't just come overnight. It comes by seeking for knowledge, seeking for knowledge. And if you also want to relate it scripturally, also like seeking for the word of
The
God,
word of God.
the
Yeah.
aspect of the Bible that addresses the situation you are passing through,
Yes.
and actively declaring the word, and also surrounding yourself with people that would also encourage you towards your goal, people that understand what you are going through, rather than people that would make you down and depressed.
Yeah. Talk
And in
down on
relation
it.
to what you were, yes, and in relation to what you were also saying earlier about children with neurodivergent children, rather, the outlook towards life that a parent has can differ from another parent. There are people who would have passed through this same situation and such could have taken their lives.
Yes.
Probably they couldn't cope.
Yes.
Probably they got depressed. Probably they
Exactly.
thought there was no way out and thought that was the end of the world. While some other people, due to hope, being optimistic about it, they became better and they were able to like cope
Yes.
with the situation. So it just shows that this topic is actually very, very crucial, and it is valid that having a positive mindset towards different areas of life really go a long way in how the situations turn out.
Yes,
Definitely, one who has a positive mindset would triumph better than somebody who thinks there is no way out and just accepts that that is the end. Yeah,
exactly.
that's just what I want to add to it.
You are really on point. You're on fire this evening. And what I would say is that this positive mindset, like you have pointed out, it plays a lot of role in so many aspects of our lives. In fact, at the end of the day, one's life, and when you say this is who Temilade is, or this is who Vivian is usually geared on their outlook. It's geared on their positivity or negativity towards life. Even if you look back, there are people you knew when they were younger. You will see them, they have always been resilient, hardworking, positive. And by the time you grow and you see this person, I had always known that this person is going to be like this. Do you understand? There are
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that you would have just known that because of how positive they are about life, things are
Yeah.
turning really well. Things are really coming out. It doesn't mean that people couldn't have changed along the line. Some were not initially, but maybe they met someone who really inspired them. Some may have been all along, and then at the end of the day, you are like, I had it in my mind that this person is going to turn well because he has always
Association
been.
actually matters a lot
Yes,
in shaping mindset, one's environment, because sometimes one might not even be able to just have it on your own.
yes,
Environment matters a lot.
yeah. Environment
Environment
matters.
matters a lot. What you feed your eyes with, what you hear, the people you surround yourself with, it really matters.
Let me tell you what happened around COVID. Around COVID on our estate platform, one person just started. Eh, there is no God, oh, religion is a scam, oh, this one, oh. Like every day, this man made it a point of duty to put such a thing out there. And then there was also this one that every day you will see, hey, they just kidnapped 13 people on Ekpe Road. They have just carried all of them to the bush. They, you know, such news, you realize that even when you are not
Spirits
listening,
fear.
see, even when you are not listening to them, you are depressed, like very depressing. I'm just trying to
Feels like
buttress the importance of what you feed yourself with.
yeah, yeah.
It's very, very depressing. You will go to market, you that was very, carefree, greeting, people that sell vegetable to you. I had people that sell vegetable to me. I could actually just call and be like, you are in my 12, get me this, get me that. They will even bring it and drop for me. They will say, you don't allow them to come to your house, so they have all this. You just start behaving somehow because of the kind of things you have been feeding your mind with. Then it will get to a point you have to, if you have that positive mindset, you should be the one to speak to yourself and look, you can't be feeding yourself with this kind of thing. Number one, it's depressing to you. Like it depresses you, it makes you moody, it makes you apprehensive, anxious. Everything negative is what it brings in your subconsciousness. And then again, it's beginning to affect your relationship with fellow humans. People that are otherwise even victims, you start treating them as the traitors. People that are actually victims of the circumstances because of all the stories and everything, you start treating them as if they are the traitors. And these are people you've known over a while and they didn't hurt you just because you started hearing all sorts of things. So I am just saying we should be really wary what you just brought up now of what we feed our minds, because this mindset we are talking about is a collection of your environment. Your environment is a collection of what you see, what you hear, what you feed yourself with, whether in terms of words or stories or food even, because very soon we will still talk about the kind of foods that can, elevate your mood, the kind of foods that can put you in positive mood and all of that. So at the end of the day, the point here is, if you want to have a positive mindset, you have to guard your senses. Be careful about what you feed yourself, because you could be all high today, knowing everything and then tomorrow maybe one social media post or 2 or 3 negative things will just crash you from the top where you think you are all the way to the floor, and you'll be struggling to find yourself. So I'm just buttressing on the point about being careful what you feed yourself. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful who you listen to. And be careful what you just absorb and keep. If it starts immediately like this and you know it's going to depress you, I know what depresses me. What depresses me is all this advert about, I just woke up yesterday and I have $200 million. It depresses me. It kind of makes me feel like these people think we are fools. You don't just wake up and have that kind of money. You have to work for it. Those things, they depress me. People, and it's everywhere now on the internet. Are they not tired? Everyone will say, come, this is what I made this morning. They will show you like 11,000 pounds. I made 11,000 pounds just when I woke up this morning. Okay, click this button, and you click this button, say you should pay 3,000 pounds to have access to start making.
That's how they made it now. No clickbait by
So such things, they depress me, because this is somebody just outrightly lying to you, saying stuff. Anyway, we are talking about positive mindset. I don't even want to start having the negative one as it is now. No, but now we've talked about the misconceptions which people have to be, conscious about. Be conscious of the fact that having a positive mindset does not mean you should always be happy. You mustn't always be happy, because the reality is still the reality. You are not expected, because you have a positive mindset, you will always be happy. No. Be free to be you. If you feel like crying, cry and pick up from where you stopped. You don't always have to be happy. You are hopeful, but being a human, sometimes at some point it weighs down on you. Your reality kind of bears its fangs on your face. You don't have to be always happy. So be you. Cry when you feel like crying, then pick up and move on. Like I always refer to the Stations of the Cross in things like this. I say, even Christ fell 3 times on the way of the cross. He is God, but come on, he fell. But the difference is that he did not fall and laid down there and started weeping and be like, oh, I have fallen. No, this is the end of me. No. And that is a lesson for all of us. Even if you fall, just pick it up. It is still your cross. Pick it up and continue. You don't have to finish. You don't have to stop just because you fell. So even if you fall, get up and move again. Then we are saying, because you are having a positive mindset doesn't mean you have ignored your challenges. No, you did not ignore them. You are only facing them. You have decided to say, look, challenge, now me and you, and I will never let go unless you bless me. Or you say, I won't give up. I refuse to give up, and I refuse to give in. It is
I'll
a
never turn back.
no, no, it's already too late. Thank you for reminding me of that song. So if you tell your challenge, now me and you, I will never turn back. It's already too late. So that is your positive mindset. But why is it important for families? Why do you think families should nurture or cultivate the culture of positive mindset? V, any talks for
Okay,
us?
like why should family
Cultivate
cultivate
that
the
culture
culture
of positive
of
mindset.
positive
Yes.
mindset? I will start with saying that there's this popular saying that they said if you have four foolish people around you, you
Yeah.
counted wrong. There are actually five.
Jesus.
You know, so if you if you are the only positive person in your family and you are not encouraging your children and others to be positive, at the end of the whole day they would actually influence you
And drag you
and
into their
drag you
negativity.
down. You will now become even if not more negative than them. You have to actually inculcate the culture of positivity.
Yes.
Like my boys, they know one thing: I hate negativity around me. So don't
Yes.
just come and tell me how terrible things will be, how gloomy and how
Yeah.
fine. Like you mentioned, that sometimes as humans, you might need to cry, you might need to stop,
Yes.
you might not you might need to take a rest. You might need to rest, but don't give up. Giving up is not an option.
Yes.
Giving up is not an option. There's this what was it called? A message I listened to from a popular pastor in Nigeria. He talked about he titled it "The Staying Power."
Yeah.
He said the problem with most people, what differentiates champions and an average person, is the staying power. That most people don't have the staying power. Like most people that we look up to, billionaires and all, and successful businessmen, if they told you how many times they failed, if
Exactly.
they are vulnerable enough to tell you how many times they failed, but what kept them going, most of them, is the fact that they just kept a positive mindset, saying that I might have failed this time, but the next time I'm going to hit it big.
I am loving
Like there,
this.
there, there, there is one the I think yeah, uh, Mrs. Alakija, the richest woman. Yeah, I think she's the richest woman in Africa.
Yes.
Yes. She talked about, there was one seminar I went for one time. She talked about how she had to drill the oil well she was given. She had to drill it for 20, I think 23 years or
My
something like that. One
goodness.
ridiculous number
Number
of
of
years.
years.
And she was like, how many of you will stay on a venture that is not profitable for 23 years and you keep doing the
Jesus.
same thing? No, no headway. That it was after, I think, I'm not sure, but I think it's 23 years. It was after the 23rd year that they hit it big. A lot of people would have given up. That
What I say,
well,
even me now
what
sitting
is
here talking about this, I for
what
not run.
is this nonsense? You can imagine. Well, what is this nonsense? Are you sure the devil is not using this to even distract me?
Are you
People will
for
just do all
real?
sorts. You can imagine being so. They were like the difference between champions, the difference between successful people and the average people and mediocres, is that staying power. Like, you need to be positive, and it's when you're positive that you believe something good is going to happen to you. That's the only thing that keep you going. Because if you go like, oh no, this one, that one, you you know. So as a family, it's important for your goals to be able to achieve your goal, because I think a family should work together as one.
Yes,
Can
of
the
course.
Bible says, can two work together except they agree? As a family, you need to work together. And if a family doesn't have a positive mindset, there is no way they will achieve their goals, because challenges in life will always hit. It will always come.
Yes,
If
yeah, you can't run away from that one.
if one person is saying something and the other person is saying another thing, there is no how you can't move forward. You can't move forward. There was there was an analogy somebody gave in another seminar I was at.
Yeah.
They tied the leg of two people together, like one of their legs. I think the left leg and the right leg of somebody, they tied it together. They were like, okay, you try to move in different direction. They tried to move in different direction and they almost fell down
Oh, they would
because
have
their leg.
fallen, I'm sure.
Yes, if they continued, they would have fallen. But when they held each other and kept moving in the same direction, they kept moving fast. And that's the way family is.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important everybody in the family should have the same mindset, should have a positive mindset, should believe that things will get better, even when they are going through um, tough
Tough
challenges in life, even
challenges.
when it seems as if, oh, sometimes you look and say, there's another whatever I know story I know of the bamboo tree.
Yes.
The bamboo tree does not grow. I think for 3 years it doesn't grow at all. So if you've planted a bamboo, maybe somebody that planted corn in less than 3 months, something has even it has grown. You're already eating the corn, but a bamboo doesn't grow out until like 3 years, and I'm sure people will be wondering what is this farmer cultivating, and nothing is coming out and it's still coming to farm and all. But when it grows, I'm not sure of the particular. I will have to cross check it. The year it grows more than 3 meters or something. Yeah, I think three, like um, it grows very tall. Let me not give the figures right now. It's been a
Yes.
while. Like, it's been a long time I read this. But it grows. You know how bamboos are, how tall bamboos are. It grows
Yes.
very tall. That's one thing. Like, we need to be positive as a family. It's important because challenges of life will come. Things you things will come, and your family members are the closest people around you. They are the
Yes.
people that were the Bible says, sorry, I'm quoting the Bible again,
Oh, be
that
free.
one that it's not good to walk alone, because if you're walking with someone, now I'm paraphrasing, if you're walking with someone, when one is down, the other person can raise the other one up.
Yeah.
That's basically what family is all about. There are sometimes that your faith might be down at a point, or your positive outlook might be down at a point,
Yeah.
but the person beside you will just go. There are sometimes my son will just go like, oh, mommy, but you said you're the one that tells that
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 tells us
told me
that.
that things you
Yeah.
tells us that you tell us that things will work out fine. You tell us that things will be all right. That then I'll just smile and tell myself, it's as if your words are being thrown back at
You
you.
see,
That's
karma
why
now.
as a family,
That is
that's why
another
as a
karma
family,
at your doorstep.
I'm telling you, that's why as a family, you need to be positive. Everybody needs to be positive, not just one person, because when one person is down, the other person is lifting the other one up. And
Yeah.
I think that's why we should be
Wow.
positive as a family.
You have really touched so many areas. You have touched the area of managing stress, remaining positive for families, help them to manage stress. And you have touched the area of improving relationships, because when you stick together, you work together. It kind of brings that bond, makes it, more like, and believe me, if you suffered with somebody, it kind of strengthens the bond.
The relationship, yeah,
uh
very true.
Even if you enjoyed with somebody, but somehow when you suffer with somebody, the bond is stronger than when you only enjoyed with the person.
Very true, very true.
So staying positive now, talk about maybe if it's in a family and then maybe the father was always buoyant and then someday he goes off and then the mother takes off.
You can imagine. You can
You can
imagine.
imagine what will happen to the family. So that spirit of resilience, that positivity, it's everything. In fact, it can't even be overemphasized because it is it is everything. Because okay, even if things were really good, every day is not the same. There are
Very true.
days there are days that it's in abundance, but there are days it lacks. So
Very true.
there's a very simple balance in homes where they say, abeg manage it like that, every day is not Christmas. So that is the positivity, believing that tomorrow will be better.
Very true.
We are not what we are going through today. Today it can be this tough, but the positivity will help you to know that tomorrow can be better. Nkiruka. Nkiru, my friend. My friend Nkiruka. Like seriously, believe me, like that name. Oh my god, don't worry. I'll write it in a plaque and bring to you one day. And you know what? The biggest one is that it models resilience for children.
Very true.
Yes, if a
Very
child
true.
is such that every day, and then I give a lot of mothers, it's not like only good evening Mary, thank you for dropping by. A lot of mothers play this role of telling the children that look, everything will be fine, everything will be fine,
True.
everything will be fine. And then this is how the child goes out, and if things do not work their way, they believe that everything will be fine. And if this is lacking, it could cause a lot of problem in the society. Problem that you see people going into endless cycles of depression. I am not saying it's weakness or anything, but if you have been able to cultivate a resilient spirit, a positive mind, that cycle of depression would be less, because you already calmed your mind and said, look, be still my soul, we will be better. So even though we say, yeah, cry and feel bad, but don't let it linger, because you have a positive mind. And if you have been that kind of parent, the children wouldn't come back tomorrow. There were times when we had cases of small children, 13, 14, who unalive themselves. Huh? What kind of thing is that? What have they even seen in life that will take them to the extent of unaliving themselves? So,
Yeah, like I can remember I used to have, unfortunately, I used to have a neighbor, this maybe like how many
thanks,
years ago?
Mary.
I used to have a neighbor like 6, 7 years ago, something like that. Young boy, small little boy, he was like 13, 14, thereabout, between 12 and was in junior secondary school back in Nigeria.
Yes.
And one day I just suddenly heard he's dead.
Are you
You know,
serious?
like he wasn't, and he was the one that, he
Did
took
it
his,
itself?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was so, I felt so horrible, like I for weeks.
Hey.
And I was like, what's exactly, do you know, I blamed myself because I see him, they're just living beside us, and I just
Why would
was
you
like,
blame yourself?
I don't know, when some things
I
happen, I was
know,
like,
I
is
know
there
that
a way I
feeling
could
of
have
feeling
stopped
that
this?
you could have done
I was
something.
like, why didn't I look closely enough? Like, I was like, but everything seemed fine. I was just wondering that what could just And what he wrote, he was like, oh, he failed an exam. And I was like,
Oh my
seriously?
goodness.
They
Oh
should
my
come and ask
goodness.
adults how many exams. That's why I think I'm not trying to be over sabi or whatever. No, it's all. I think parents should be vulnerable, be able to tell your children that
Yes,
even
exactly.
you failed, you failed,
No,
you
don't
failed.
see this point you made now. Please just finish. Finish.
You know, parents should learn to be vulnerable. That not presenting that, oh, I was number one in school, I was first in my
I'm
class. You know,
telling
that kind of nonsense stories. You should be able to tell that. I said, when it's just, I don't like remembering, that case because it was so painful to me. As in, I wasn't really close to the family, but they were my neighbors, and I see him. I see,
yes,
like,
Temilade.
and I was like, this is just,
So
it's
painful. Temilade, you have something to say. Temilade. Okay, she's just writing that is probably he was scared of the outcome of his failure. Oh, no, you are not, you are on. You just have to unmute yourself. You just have to unmute yourself. You are the one who muted yourself. I even tried inviting you again. You are in. You are in, but you're muted. And the mute is not the mute I can do from my end. Okay. I don't know who muted you, but you're muted on the screen. You're muted and your video is paused. But anyway, yes, Temilade is saying that he's probably scared of the outcome of his failure. And I love the fact that you said parents should be vulnerable. A lot of parents, their children have never heard them crying. I've never seen them crying. They've
very true,
never they've never known that they don't have money. They
very
have
true,
never known that all things are not working well. What kind of children are you raising?
very true.
That a child
I,
requires or asks for something, and then you cannot open your mouth and say, look, my darling, I don't have it today. I grew up all my life. If I say this thing, you people will laugh, but that was my reality. Area ugwo is like when we are paid, when we
salary.
receive salary. So
Okay.
I grew up all my life that anytime you ask your mom anything, you say, Ogabeli ugwo. Ogabeli ugwo means until I receive my salary.
My salary.
So that alone teaches you delayed gratification by force.
Exactly.
Delayed,
Exactly.
so you already know, even before you are asking, in your mind already, you are just going to put it in their mind, you are just stamping it. Let me just stamp it so that it will be among the expenses that will be listed when the salary comes.
Yeah.
So you have to be vulnerable. I know parents that you will see them, hey, please can I get this amount? My son or my daughter needs. And I'm like, if they don't get it today, are they going to stop breathing? No, but now, children, how they are. You have to
Can
just,
imagine.
I don't know. I don't know how they are. How they are is how you train them to be.
Exactly.
How can a child not know that you don't have money? Is it a crime now? When did it start being a crime?
What you said just reminded me of another funny one. Back home, back home, someone actually came to me and said, "Oh, I want to do a birthday party for my child, my daughter. Yeah, please, can you borrow me so?" And I'm like seriously? He was like, I have to do, party packs and take to the school. I was like, you don't have to,
You
like,
don't have the money. Why
you,
must you do
you
it?
don't, because even me sometimes. It's not as if I didn't have the money, but I just thought, "Oh, why should I take
Why should I lend
out?
you money to
I
just do
shouldn't."
flimsy things?
Exactly. Like you don't have to. You just at the end of the whole day, that's why a lot of families raise a lot of entitled children, and
Exactly, titled.
very entitled, and and it's not right. It's not right. Like you said, children that are not resilient, children that are so entitled, children that just feel, oh, they you need, entitlement mindset. You need to, everything need to work out at their beck and call. That normal life situations that they should, you know. I'm not trying to undermine depression, but normal life is all about seasons,
Yes,
ups
yes,
and downs.
exactly.
Normal life situations. Some people will now tell you that they are depressed. Why are you depressed? Why are you depressed? Life is about, as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest time will not cease. Life is all about day and night.
Yes,
Day and
yes.
night.
It can
It's
be
it's
your
a
day, it
cycle.
can be your
It
night.
can be your night. It's a cycle. It will pass. It will pass. All what you need to is to hold on, be positive, and the day will come.
Mm-hmm. My dear, it's a lesson that we have to learn.
True.
It's a very valuable lesson because it shapes a lot of things on the life
Mm-hmm.
of that child. It shapes a lot of things, and it even shapes their happiness tomorrow. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like we said, a child can go really, really unhappy for not getting what they want just because they
Mm-hmm.
have always been used to getting what they want.
True.
It can go
True.
as far as affecting their marriages, where your
Exactly.
child is a parent, a father, a mother, and he cannot understand that the spouse who is used to giving her or him everything he wants does not have it that day or that
Mm-hmm.
month.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes a problem.
Becomes an issue.
Yeah, they start building stories on why do you not have it. And I would
Mm-hmm.
tell such a person, if I don't have it, is it not the same two legs and two hands that I have you
What
have?
happened to you? Why can't you?
Why don't
Why
you go
can't
get
you
it yourself?
get it yourself?
And some
What happened
parents,
to you?
some children will go to the extent of asking their parents, where were you when Dangote was making his money? I'm like,
Like, like there was somebody that this what you just said reminds me of something. One guy was one guy was shouting, was angry with the father. The father is late. That, if
oh,
it's not that my father is poor, that would have been rich, And I'm like, the guy just was really, really upset, really talking like, that because of my father I didn't make it. When he calmed down, I was like, I was not asking that, please, how old is this guy? He told me the guy was 46. I said, what? I was like, and he's still calling his father.
and he's
And
still
I'm like,
blaming his father
he's still
after
blaming his
46 years
at
on earth.
46 years. So, still it's still the same thing about entitlements. Like, you just raise entitled individuals that have a very weak minds and everything, that feel there's something I tell people around me, and something I'm very glad that my children know, and that's what they grew up with.
Yeah,
We are not about what we have or what we don't have.
yeah.
It doesn't affect our confidence level one bit. Like recently, I'm so proud of them because
It
I
doesn't
found out
define
that
us.
it doesn't, like, I found out that all these things that I said to them over the years actually stuck.
Yes.
Because even when I was saying it, there was no need, because they were living in overflow then, in
Yeah.
abundance. There was no need to tell them that. But I kept telling them
You will just keep
that,
it at sides,
that your life is not about what you have or don't have. Whether you have it or not should not affect how you think about yourself. And recently I was like, okay, this thing stuck. Like they will tell you, mommy, I don't care. I really don't. It's not, they will be the one using my words. They will
Yeah,
not,
reiterating it.
they will say it's not about what we have or don't have. It's not about what you're wearing. It's not about who you know. It's actually about what's in
You.
you.
Who is in this side of you?
Exactly.
Temilade, I don't know. It could be your reception because I kept inviting and inviting, and it looks like he
I
wasn't
think
coming
she's
through.
back.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
she's.
finally back now.
Yes. Please, can you chip in
Thank you.
into this? You were going to
Oh,
say
okay.
something.
I actually wanted to comment on what V was saying earlier concerning that child.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say in situations like this, it's possible, should I say they've put so much fear in this child.
Yeah.
It could be from the parents, it could be from, I don't
Even
want to say teachers,
peers.
but definitely something must have caused that. It's possible they've scared the child that if you fail, I'm going to do this and that. And probably there was no even avenue for this child to be vulnerable to the
Yeah.
parents. So that's why parents also need to be considerate on children, especially in our climate where parents could be very, very hard on their
I'm
children.
telling
Where
you.
parents don't even have any friendship relationship with the children. It's just like a boss boss to servants
Both
kind of
servant
relationship. So
relationship.
stuffs like that, that's what can lead to all those kind of ugly
Yeah, it
situations.
couldn't have been
Yeah.
ordinary. A child can't be so uh, pushed to the extent of unaliving or taking his own life just because he failed the exam. Hey, good evening, Mex Faco. Thank you for dropping by. Good evening.
According to the story and according to what they said, um, and what I witnessed sometimes
Yes.
they said the dad was extremely hard on them, harsh on them, and all this person that. But what pained me in the whole thing was the irony of the whole situation. The dad, like lived with them for close to.
Okay, okay.
I
Sorry,
lived
V.
with them.
Continue.
Hello, I lived with them for close to 4 years, 5 years, and throughout I was living with them, the dad was not working.
Really?
The story I heard was the dad was working in a financial institution, a bank, and lost his job. So for someone that lost his job, and I was like, what's the moral ground for you to harass this
The
child, this
child.
boy, to the point where he has to feel to end it? As in, I was really upset, and as in, it was something that I thought of for like months. I was so angry with, I was so upset with the guy that I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't, because I was just upset. Maybe my anger was misplaced, but I felt I was even angry with myself. I was like, what was that? Couldn't I have
Yes.
done something? Well, it's
You
one of those
probably couldn't
things.
have done anything. You probably couldn't have done anything because families like that are also very closely knit. Then
Yeah,
when you come close, they'll be like, who are you to tell us how to raise our children?
very true, very true.
Unfortunately, it's only when things like this happen that it kind of strikes a chord. But they are always feeling like they know it all. We need to make these children, children of nowadays, if you're not hard on them, they will go this, that. And then you'll be like, the world is not resting on their shoulders. Allow them to be children.
Exactly,
Allow
exactly.
children to be children, and then when they begin to grow, there is always a stage, just like the school has curriculum for every stage. There's a level of training for every stage of
Very
of
true.
of life.
Very true.
I cannot come and be teaching a baby how to cook food.
Exactly.
If my child is 10, like now the one that is 7 I would say it is your duty to sweep the sitting room. It is your duty to clean table. It's your duty to bring water when everybody is eating food. When he's the 9, 8, I will say, okay, put fire on stove, boil water, stuff. So some parents want a baby to start climbing.
Preparing
In fact,
pounded yam.
no, it's challenging, and that's why in sane societies like this, when they are putting eye on how children are raising, while parents are raising their children, some of us will think they are prognosing too much. But I know it's because of the things they have seen. It's because of the things. If that child were here in school, the way he will be behaving at school would have even called the parents to ask them what is going on at home.
What's happening? Very true.
There's
Very
a child
true.
I know here that the parents will call the father and say, why is it that this child is always feeling like he's responsible for everybody? Do you
Exactly.
understand? Nothing bad though, nothing bad happened, but because the child is, of course, have lots of responsibilities at home, then he comes to school and feels like, I am responsible for this. If something happens in class, he will be like, I'm sorry. And then,
I'm sorry.
yeah, the school noticed it and were like, they had to invite the parents and say, look, we don't know what is going on at home, but this child is probably given more responsibility than his age,
Can you imagine?
because inside class he feels like he's responsible.
For everybody.
Thank you, Max Sparkle. Thank you so much. I love that cap. I am not inviting you. Said you're on holiday. Enjoy it, please. Enjoy your holiday. Thank you so much. So the school had to invite the parent and said, we haven't noticed anything like extraordinary, but this could be a red flag. That why is it that he feels responsible for everything? Good night, Meg. Thank you. I missed you today. Yeah, I know you said you were not coming today, so I knew you weren't coming. Enjoy your holiday. Bye. So when parents are pushing a child, they know all these things. They will call also and say, look, we like what's happening. This child is a very happy child. Everyone wants to be around him because he's happy. It might not be an official calling, but you will see your child's teacher making comments to you about what's going on with your child. But believe me, when we say these things, the essence of discussion is actually for people to learn. Our
Very
people
true.
have to learn. We have to start learning that because you are under pressure does not mean you have to put the children also under pressure.
Under pressure. True.
Yes, a lot of parents believe that because they are not millionaires, they will start from baby and be teaching their children how to make millions.
Exactly.
Because you are not a millionaire too, your children, and we are still stuck in that impression that having A's is a sure way to success. I'm not making light of this, but the example of someone you gave me the other day that is, I'm sure is almost a millionaire, but people thought he wasn't serious. In my own class in the university, the person we thought was, not there, he was the first to get a job. Before we knew it, he was a director in an international company.
You can imagine.
And he made that class.
You can imagine.
So we have to be very careful as parents. We are talking about positive mindset now. You don't have to push the child too far. You don't have to, crush the child just because you want to maybe serve your own needs or benefit. Keep it positive but commensurate to age, mild and gentle on the child. They are not responsible for your own shortcomings. Allow them to have a life of their own. Now, in cultivating positive mindset, there are practical strategies that can be applied. Like a child that we are talking about who unalived himself, that he didn't do well in exam. Even if the parents wanted him to do well, there are strategies they could have taken to
Very
cultivate
true.
that positivity that was not going to lead him to that extreme fear. You can celebrate every little success. I am sure, let me tell you what most parents believe. Most parents believe that if you celebrate anything lower than expected, you are encouraging mediocrity. So assuming you want your child now to be scoring 90 and above, and that child scores 70, you go like, what is wrong with you? I did not give birth to an olodo. The person that has scored 90, does they have 90 heads? No. They say for you to cultivate a positive mindset, you have to learn to celebrate every single win. No matter
Exactly.
how small, celebrate it, appreciate it in that child. If we are talking about children with special needs, we know how it is. It's even a therapeutic approach to their support. That a child, if you tell a child, say ah, when they say ah, you give the person a piece of snack. You will see the child saying bo for you. But if you say ah and they say at your age you should be saying k, not only ah, the child won't even talk to you again. But if you see, if you are having a therapy for a child and you say ah and the child say ah, you celebrate it, you jump, oh, good job, you're doing good job. The child will smile and they will be happy to do the next step. But believe me, our parents, oh my God, why did you score lower than 100? And such parents was scoring 0.4 in their
Zero.
own.
In fact, their score was not on the score sheet.
But you will scare a child so badly. And then you can also just, noticing and celebrating is a very positive way to cultivate, positivity in children. And
Sorry
then
to cut you short. I think some parents also have, should I say, fear of repeating the cycle.
that's what we are
That's why
saying.
some parents now overburden their
The children,
children. They don't
yes.
want their children to end up the same way they ended up. They don't want them to repeat their mistakes. You see some parents that's
Okay, I
Oh,
think.
Temilade, I think you just went off.
Okay, to add to what she's saying, the interesting thing about the fear of repeating a cycle or fear generally will produce that same thing you're running away from.
Exactly.
Job said in the Bible, "What I feared has come upon me." Like that thing you fear, it's what will happen. So why not just relax, be happy, just
Encourage and enjoy the
encourage,
flow.
encourage, encourage.
so I was trying to give can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was trying to give an example of parents who could not study a particular course in the
Cause
university. You'll see some of them forcing their children to study that exact course just because they could not study the course.
yes,
Whereas that might not even be what the child wants to study.
exactly. I know that very well. Some parents are trying to make up for all their failures and we forcing
Exactly.
it on the children. That is not acceptable for any reason.
At all.
Yes,
At all.
and something about gratitude. If you learn to practice gratitude, it gives your children positive mindset. I know there was a time, and you don't know, there was a time we started doing something in the house. We say, every night, everyone, we have altar of grace. Altar of grace is where we lay our everyday, both gratitude and, ups and downs. So you'll be so shocked at the kind of things that these children are grateful for. They are even grateful that they watch television. They are even grateful that they eat, their mama made what is very delicious food. And I tell you that you saying that, okay, you are grateful that today this child was able to do something that he was not able to do. If you bring that thing to the altar of grace, you will see how happy that child will be. And the next day they will be so glad, they want to, do more. So we are just saying that practicing gratitude is one way of encouraging positive mindset in children. Don't always be the grumpy one. Don't always be the one that keeps asking and asking. Be grateful. Be grateful. Even if a child comes with something that is below expectation, say, at least I'm grateful that you're here. And as long as you leave, there is opportunity to do better. At least be grateful that they are available to even try again tomorrow. Gratitude, and then you can also reframe the challenges. You can, find another scenario to reframe the challenges. Okay, for the child that is not doing well, if he's not doing well in maybe academics, have you considered if he would do well in skill acquisition? So how does a parent just sit down and say, because my child is not doing well in this area, I would have to terrorize him to the extent of unaliving himself?
Do you know what you just said now? I wanted to say it. I was like, there's this saying, this popular saying that we live in an environment whereby we expect birds to swim and fishes to fly. Like a total mismatch. You just expect people to perform wonders in areas that is not their strength.
That is not their strength.
Just ridiculous.
Yes. You will bring a bird and a fish to a classroom and give them the question, either question on the sea or question in the sky.
Exactly, and you expect them to perform at the same level.
Yes.
Not possible.
That is also why the advanced society are thriving so well. I went to a college, if I told you that the level of equipment in a college is bigger, better, more sophisticated than anything you will see in any university where you are coming from. This is a college. So to tell you that the same level of attention that is being paid for academic, kind of acquisition is being paid to the skill acquisition. Meaning that there are children who naturally should just be skilled, that are just skilled. And that you are a carpenter does not make you less important from a medical doctor.
Very true.
Because if I was not there as a carpenter, the medical doctor won't even have a chair to sit in his office to attend to patients.
Exactly.
So everyone is equally important. And this is why we say, to encourage positivity, try to modify tasks for the children. Try to, explore other areas of achieving. If your problem is success, have you explored other areas of challenge that would make them attain that success? These are things that children have to, parents have to look and really, keep in mind when they are exploring, looking at the challenges of the children. And then we also look at mindfulness and self-talk, something like affirmation. Affirmation could help you feel authentic. I'm sorry, this one has not helped me, but I know people it has helped.
Do you know the thing? The affirmation, affirmations, you have to say it a lot of times. You have to
Okay.
say it enough times. You say it to the extent that it becomes your reality.
How much is enough, if I may ask?
Like you have to say it. It varies from person to person. Maybe for me it might be 1,000 times a day. For you it might be 100 times a day, depending. And depending on the point you're in at, it actually
Yes.
works. It's there was someone that was trying to explain it. It's like you're like almost quote and unquote brainwashing yourself to believe in
Yeah.
something. And by the time you get to the point whereby you believe it, it will happen.
Yeah. Share. I think I'm not disciplined enough. Because I
Even
will
me that I'm
talk,
talking,
talk,
I don't
talk.
think I've not been able to,
I will
I've
talk,
not
talk,
been.
talk. The thing is not working. I'll just abandon it. But believe me, it works for people. It does. It manifests. And even science has it that what you speak to things manifest.
True.
Even water. They have had an experiment with water that was kept in one bottle, and every morning people will talk, oh, you look lovely, I love you, you're so cute, you, oh, lovely cutie water. And then the other water, they kept saying, you're evil, look at you, you're the. And then they tested the water under microscope, and then the one that was being spoken positive words to was actually well aligned crystal, and then the one that was being spoken bad word to was, very malformed, unaligned crystal forming things.
Can
So
imagine. You can imagine.
it's been proven scientifically that words of mouth can do wonders, can make or mar a person. So affirmation is one thing that you can use to breathe life. But that makes sense. That makes sense if we actually believe that the world was created with word. If we believe that this universe as we know it was created by word. So words are very powerful. We should
Yes.
speak it and mean it, and pronounce them and be clear.
What you just said, if we go into that area today, we'll stay here forever.
Don't worry,
Reminds
we are
me,
going to still have another topic another day about it.
like
But yeah,
like what you said, what's creative, like basically that's what most people ignore, most people don't know. But if you're a Christian, at least let me tell you, if you believe in the Bible, what God used words to create the earth, the
yes,
universe, and there's a law they call the law of first mention. What are actually the first time, what were said, it was actually for creation, it wasn't for communication. So the main purpose of words, or a major purpose of words,
words
is for creation, even more important than
than
communication.
communication.
But most of us, we just limit it to how it's for communication. No, words actually creates, like you said. But like I said, let's not go into it tonight. We won't leave here today. We just keep going on and on.
I think we would have to talk about that at some point.
Okay, that would be nice.
Yeah, another way to create positive mindset. Oh, Mary, you are back. Thank you again for returning. Thank you. So another way of creating positive mindset is by being a role model. I think you already touched that, where
Yeah.
they only learn coping strategies by watching adults. You already said that when we talked about families, how you have to show them how it's done, you know. Not that every small thing you are like, okay, frustrated, flabbergasted, you know. And then use language that reinforces effort and persistence.
Very
A language can actually break a child or make a child. You can be like, oh, that looks a bit tricky, but you keep trying. You keep trying. I'm sure you will get it. You know what happened when I was in school, when I was doing my first masters? I learned so much more than books. The tutors were like, I think they trained them every day for that project. My course was a project. It was an international project by universities along the in the Europe, that they wanted to create a kind of project. I don't know how, but it was a project that the teachers were specially trained. So if a teacher kind of tells you to draw this bicycle, and you go
yeah.
and draw maybe this one,
Yeah.
do you know that at the end of the day, this is the bicycle you know how to draw, but
Yeah.
before you leave that course, you will be able to draw this bicycle. And how they do it is, oh, wow, you did this. This is impressive. Then they'll be like, I wonder if there's another way this bicycle can be drawn. And then you'll be like, yes, I believe there has to be some ways you can make the spoke, fuller. And don't you just picture it? By that time they are saying it, your brain is already all over the place.
Trying to see how to make it.
Yes, you are already like, you are looking.
That's the power of good
I'm telling
teachers.
you, these teachers were trained, the lecturers were specially trained for that program. We were 22 students from 20 different countries. So they were practically just taking one person from one country. The way they would talk to you, they would just go and say, okay, now we have pointed out the things that can be done about this, right? Just go and work on it and let me see it in a week's time. You will carry your book. Even you go shock with the kind of work that will come out from the same head.
Wow.
You will be so amazed at what is in your head. Like, you will bring it back and the teacher will say,
The
wow.
potentials will be hard.
Yes. They'll be like, I knew that you had it in you. Look at what you have done. You have this in you. And then by then you're already like, you're already bloating. And before you know it, you are doing an amazing job without anybody telling you how stupid or useless you are. And you will produce things that will even amaze yourself.
Exactly.
So I was just like, if people could nurture this kind of attitude in training children, you will have very positive, productive, and excelling children.
True.
But our clan be like, look at this olodo tondo, ordinary ABCD, you don't know how to write. Come on, get out. From then, the self-esteem will just,
We'll just
Yeah.
nosedive.
and
And it's because
whatever,
that's what they've also been told.
and whatever is inside will just disappear. It will just go.
That's why exposure is important.
That's
That's a
why,
role to play in changing one's mindset.
my
Good
dear,
exposure.
our problem is that we don't even want to change. We don't want to change. But lovely people, no, we are saying role modeling for children, overcoming setbacks by you accept that bad days happen, but it doesn't stop your progress. It doesn't erase your progress. And give your permission to rest and reset. Now that one,
Very important.
this my friend here, no, they sabi do that. Whoa, parents should learn to rest and reset, because another thing about success or perceived success is that as long as you are under tension, you won't even perform optimally, and it will still reduce your efficacy. So that rest is something that we as a people really have to learn.
Have to rest.
Holiday is not in our diary at all. We want to work from Monday to Friday to Sunday to January to December. In fact, where is it to bring it? I will work. It's not doing us a lot of good. And we just have to seek support when we need it. It's like Vicky saying to be vulnerable. Yes, a lot of us are in that position that, oh, I can do all through Christ who lives in me. And Monday to Friday, your children believe that their mommy is a jack or their father is a jack. And it could also push them overboard, you know. A lot of them are actually dreaming to be like us. And unconsciously, they are drinking the fact that you don't rest. And it's affecting them because they want to be like mommy or they want to be like daddy. So where's the positivity you're preaching? Give yourself time and rest. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Mary is always here. If there is a way to reward fans, I would reward you. You've been such a good support, a great support. Yes, lovely people. We have gone through this. We said a positive mindset is a skill, not a personality trait. Anyone can build it if you put your mind to it. And you have to focus on strengths, gratitude, and reframing from reframing can transform your outlook. So if you kind of, reframe your mindset, bring in more positivity, your outlook can get transformed. And today, I am saying that I'm grateful for all of you who come to join me every night. V, what are you grateful for today? We are sharing our gratitude now.
I'm grateful for the privilege of being a child of God.
Yeah.
I was wondering today, without God, I don't think I will still be alive.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
That's great. Temilade, what are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for the gift of life and good health. That's what I'm grateful for today.
Yeah. So we are going to close this night by saying you are doing better than you think. A small shift in mindset can have a big ripple effect in your home. In your home, on your children, on your work, on your general outlook in life. Just shift the mindset, make it more positive, be more grateful, relax while I know they finish. Okay, people, I think we should call it a night so we can wake up to face our jobs tomorrow. Tomorrow is a great day, the almighty Monday.
So, all right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Good night.
Sleep well. Good night. Temilade,
Yes, ma'am.
please can you go to YouTube and make me some thumbnails?
Thumbnails.
Plenty,
Okay.
plenty. Oh.
No problem.
All right. Good night.
I'll be in your DM on WhatsApp now.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Bye.